Greetings, YouTube. Today I'd like to talk about sex education, or, in the case of this particular video, the lack thereof. Now, the article I'm linking to has a lovely little title. Governor blames teens for his failed abstinence-only policies. Says they do not care about birth control. Alright, so I'm going to read a brief passage from an address that the governor made. Okay. Bryant appointed a group earlier this year to study ways to reduce teenage pregnancy. And it was also sponsored town hall meetings in Jackson and Lexington. Again, good. The group has posted several billboards around the state with a photo of a pregnant belly complete with stretch marks next to the slogan, "Scars may fade, a baby is forever." Bryant told the Daily Leader that town hall meetings to discuss teen pregnancy are important. Okay. The road to success is having an open, frank discussion and saying we need to stop this, Bryant said. Bryant has said repeatedly that he believes abstinence only is the best approach to teaching young people about sex. It's the approach that's been used for years by the school districts that already were teaching optional classes about sex education. Yeah, that is where he fails miserably. Now, I should point out that Mississippi, the state he is a governor of, has the most abysmal teen pregnancy rate in the nation. So apparently, his abstinence-only sex education policy has been a miserable failure. And abstinence-only and sex education should never be in the same sentence together. That is an oxymoron. Abstinence-only is the lack of sex education. It is the complete opposite of sex education. If you want to reduce pregnancies in America, and we need to reduce teen pregnancies in America desperately, we need to make sure that we start in like 3rd or 4th grade teaching children about their own bodies. And when they get to the point where they're going to be engaging in sexual activity, we need to teach them how to do so safely to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. And thirdly, we need to bring in contraceptives by the truckload and make them freely available to anyone that wants them. The easiest method of doing this, of course, is condoms. They're decent shelf life, about a year. They're not that expensive to make, and you can store them without any complications. You don't need a prescription to get them. You just walk up, you grab a can full of condoms, and you go! That will slow down teen pregnancies. Telling teens, no, don't have sex until you're married and want children is not going to work. Flat out. I've pointed this out before, but I'm apparently going to have to point it out again. Teens like sex. They've liked sex for longer than the human species has been around. Because if our ancestors didn't have sex in their teens, we wouldn't be here. Humans are at their most reproductive best as teens. Most males are at their sexual peak in the teen years. Ironically, most women aren't. Nature's a cruel, cruel taskmaster on occasion. And we need to make sure that during that window, when they're hyped up on hormones, eager to have sex, and prone to making bad decisions, that we have given them as many tools as we can to reduce that last thing as much as possible. To reduce the bad decision-making part to the minimum. And abstinence only is not going to work. And, again, I repeat this, abstinence only is the actual opposite of sex education.